Chocolate cake for dinner, birthday cake for breakfast. Slice it like a ninja. Pick up all the pieces, assemble like Avenger. Author rain is August, wordplay is December. That mean my pen is in cinders and my delivering shivers like Siberian area shippers. Slip on the slickest icicles, drip from the tip of my scriptures. If you were shipped on
And here we are at Cambrian Hall as the giant Terrence the Dark.
This bout is...
The fans are ready, and these athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Jab misses. Not a lot of defense here at all. Clean left jab. There's a counter shot. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Beautiful counter punch. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. Punch, counter punch. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Do you believe what we're seeing? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Those counter punches have to hurt. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round, complete. What do we expect to see here in round two? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. And he scores with the counter. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
Good counter punching. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well done with that counter shot. You don't want to trade shots. Perfect counter shot. Caution is being thrown to the wind. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round. Let's get it started in round 3. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Perfect counter lands. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The straight right just misses. They exchange punches. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
Wow, it was like two different...
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. It's bombs away. He blocks the uppercut. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
That was a terrible...
On to the 5th we go. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
A straight right just misses. Catch and shoot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin.
Nigel Benn overwhelmed with power, and down he goes. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
That's lights out right there.
Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown. On to the 6th round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
That counter punch caught him clean. How about that time counter shot? Went for the counter punch, but doesn't score. A straight right just misses. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously...
And there's the bell for round 7. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
That counter shot lands. What heart, What desire, but at what cost? When are we going to see a jab from these two? He threw a punch and just got countered. A lot of effort being exerted here. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe. Then the second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive...
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that. And they're back at it again here in round 8. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch. Right hook won't score. His stamina is off the charts. A perfect counter shot. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Punch and just got countered. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Holding nothing back. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
That is a show of character.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Crawford in trouble. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.
Sweating eyes, who am I? Champion till I die, every morning, every night. Boy, I gotta look alive, now you can hear the crowd.